I'll be honest, I've not sat at Goodison so far and thought, wait, this is terrible, this style of play, it's so negative, it's this, it's that. If anything, it's been more exciting than what it has been.
Yeah.
More crosses, like Chris said, shots and stuff. So, I mean, how do you rate the style of play? And is it a little bit too early to even be worried about that?
Yeah, I think you covered a lot of it there, isn't it? First and foremost, style of play is irrelevant, isn't it? We need points and wins on the board. So from the manager's perspective, he's got to look at the squad and balance that squad and look at how best to utilise it to get points. That was my biggest criticism at Lampard with the previous manager, was I don't think his perceived style of play, which I still don't really know what it was, but didn't really utilise what we actually had.
Yeah.
Which is why I was sort of a bit of an advocate for getting Dyche in. It was more just down to the fact of we've got very limited ability footballers with a couple of decent, players in there. So you've got to be a little bit more sort of structured around what you're doing and simplify the game. But those things aside, doesn't necessarily mean it's got to be boring or it's not going to be exciting. To me personally, I've enjoyed it more, like you say, than the previous manager and probably than the previous couple. Because I quite like getting crosses in the box and stuff. And now, obviously, from an excitement perspective, it drops off massively when you don't have a centre forward. So that style of play is obviously designed for when you've got a proper out-and-out centre forward. And I think you'll see a lot more come from this style of play once you've got Dominic Calvert-Lewin back in the team, hopefully, or going into next season when you've got another striker in the team and whatnot. But in terms of just, the style of play, I don't like the knocking it around the back, the pass. For me personally, it doesn't really entertain me. I like to see fast football, get the ball forward quickly, get crosses in the box, win corners, build pressure, and it also generates better atmosphere at Goodison. And I think, from a home game perspective, certainly, I think it's been a lot more entertaining from that perspective. Obviously, we're lacking in the final third to put the ball in the net to kill games off. So some of the performances, I think, have warranted maybe a 2 or 3 goal victory. Yeah. But we just haven't quite got that killer instinct at the bottom end of the pitch yet. But overall, I think, look, he's picking up points. He's got 3 wins out of 7 games. The previous manager 3 wins out of 20. So there's a vast improvement there. The attacking stats all show that we're improving in that end of the pitch as well. So, yes, for me, it's going in the right direction. It ain't going to change overnight. I don't think the group of players allow that to, because they're not the best footballers in the world. I think you're seeing a lot more out of Dwight McNeil now because it's simple and it's basic. If it was a case of playing in a 4-3-3 and you wanted them to be your attacking winger, beating people and whatnot, which is sort of what the previous manager was trying to do with him, he's not that type of player. So, again, it's just working out with what you've got, and I'd say it's been a positive start and a lot more enjoyable to watch, albeit, it's not the sexiest of football, is it?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's only 4 teams who've got more points than Everton since Dyche come in that period. Yeah. So that immediately tells you it's a huge improvement. We've won 3 games in 20, like you rightly said before, and it was going one way. Sadly for Frank Lampard, that's the way it was going. Dyche has come in and simplified everything, it seems. And that's not understating what he's done, because they've done a lot of hard work and they're doing a lot of fitness work, and they're doing a lot of running on a Monday and a Tuesday now, and you can see it with the fitness, albeit they have tired the last few weeks at a certain point. I think we need the bigger squad or players he trusts. But the football, you're absolutely right. I was bored out my mind under Martinez, that kind of football. I don't like it. I think to play it, you've got to have certain style footballers to play that way. I always found like Liverpool's football more exciting to watch because the blood and thunder. I like that. Yeah, I like teams who do have a little bit of... I like the way Brentford play. They've got a bit of both. They don't mind knocking it down, but they've also don't mind going long and competing. Yeah, I like that. Your great United sides had that. They weren't passing it out from the back and knocking it in and keeping possession. They were wide cross goal, and that they were brilliant. And ultimately, when I go to the game, I go to see Everton score goals. Yeah. That's what the whole thing is. The whole thing is, can we score goals? What I don't jump up and celebrate and hug the person next to me when we do 4 passes.
If you want to watch the rest of this video, then make sure you join Toffee TV Premier, when you can get access to all our exclusive shows, including live daily videos. Click the QR code on the screen here.